All right, we're not going to dwell on the light right now because it could be a distraction, but it's not. I still give a reverence to God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, all whom dwells. I mentioned this is my mom, my mother's mother, my dad. Got more pictures of him. His mom, got more pictures of her. I mentioned my siblings, without me, my siblings, our children who came later. Um, but back to my mother's mom. My mother's mom had other children too. Mama Classy had three daughters over my mother and one son. I don't know if Uncle Bob older or younger. I could call and ask. However, I'm not. I know he was the baby boy. He was the only boy. But I only knew one of my aunts, too. Because during this process, between the 6-year period of time, when I brought a message that I may have to let that spin a little bit because I did it before and after message. It was one of the messages that my pastor, he didn't ask me to bring it forth, but I thought that it was necessary because of at the beginning of my life, I don't know where everything went wrong. But I kind of do because like after a while, after I had an accident, it kind of shook me up a little bit and took me back. And they called it post-traumatic stress disorder. But what I can remember still is my mother, I only knew one of my mother's sisters, and that was the one that was next to her, was older than her, and she's my Aunt Zeddy. They were real close. My mother, she even sent my mother through school, and then I later came to know about some more family members over in St. Louis after the household had all hell broke loose in the household. It had always been a bunch of a lot of stuff going on in the house. I remember some of the happy times. I'm going to show you some pictures of me and Kim, because me and Kim was the only two that was living then. We had some happy times. And then it was a bunch of cheating going on because of stuff like this, groups and stuff. So groups, along with groups come grouping. So, but before all of that, no, I'm not going to go before all that because when I got older, I started asking a lot of more questions because I did ask my grandmother. I asked her, how was I when I was coming up? And she told me, and I asked my aunt, like I said, how was I when I was coming up? But my grandmother told me that I was different from everybody else. Everybody would go to the store, buy candy, and they bought a bunch of nothing, and I was the one that always bought books and I colored and everything. Her and my aunt both said that. My aunt said I was real quiet and always kind of off to myself, which it's kind of strange because coming up, I didn't know my aunt Alice, my aunt Frida, until I got to Milwaukee. because now it's ringing a bell that when we came to Milwaukee, because we stayed in Chicago with my aunt in the projects, and I'm gonna be showing pictures of this as I start going along. We stayed in the projects, State, I think it was Stateway Garden or something, like down the street from the Robert Taylors, with my aunt Zeddy. But before all of that had happened, we stayed in the basement before we moved to Chicago. Stayed in the basement. I got a picture of that too, because I'm telling you, it's almost like God was lining me up to tell my story, even as he was lining me up to allow other people to tell my story too, because it's at the end something gonna come out of all of this. We'll see what it be, because I'm free. Trust me when I tell you that I am free. So we stayed in the basement because of the infidelity and everything. And there was so much abuse and everything going on that I guess I was threw up in the abuse too, because he might not have been my dad. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know all of this until later on. And then mother ended up pregnant. I think they kind of split up because of some more infidelity. You can do it, I can do it too. One got caught. And then stuff kind of cleared the air a little bit. Then my brother was born. And my brother, we ended up leaving St. Louis, and it's kind of all kind of because all I can remember is Faye and my mother in the U-Haul truck, me and Kim. I don't know if Carmelita was in the truck with us, but that's how they traveled. That's how they rolled back then. They used to pack us in the cars like sardines, and they take us and they go. So, yeah, that's what happened there. We moved, because I don't know if we had none. It was a back and forth thing. It had to be a back and forth thing, because my mother ended up back in St. Louis. She was pregnant with little Billy. Billy was born in St. Louis. Chris was born in Milwaukee. I was born in St. Louis. Kim was born in St. Louis. So, you know, that make up to break up, that's what they did. And then my mother, I gotta show pictures. I gotta show pictures with this, because I gotta show pictures with this. And this is what I'm gonna do, because after this is when we moved here from St. Louis. I gotta show pictures, because when me and my sister, me and Kim was going to these schools, we went to Monarchy Avenue School. I got a picture of that, and now it's called Sharon's 7-Day. I'm just going to show the pictures, and I'm going to tell the story. That's what I'm going to do, because it's going to make it even easier for me to have it lined up for you. Even showing the basement that we lived in, and things like that. But I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to tell the story. So just bear with me. I just feel like I just got to just go. I got to take off, because it's a lot of hindrance that keep coming forth. in my life, and it's almost like it ain't don't want me to get this story out, but it's coming out. It's coming out because it's a lot going on right now, and it don't make sense. A lot of stuff don't make sense to me. So, but it's gonna make some sense when I'm finished with it. You can believe that. I'm going to get these. I'm going to throw this out here for free, what I just said, and then I'm going to gather these pictures because I have to gather the pictures. I got to get the pictures. To get the pictures will help me even get this story rolling the way it needs to be rolling. Because, like, I can tell you this, when I said what I said about the other family people, the product and everything, before my mother did pass away, she did tell me some things, and then my dad told me some things too about how they separated, how the certain family members was came between my mother and him, which like I said, came to find out they weren't really no kin to us. And I'm like, wow, all our life but I'm willing to take a blood test if that's what you want to do. But I'm gonna tell this story though. That I'm gonna do. So I gotta keep it moving. And it's late. I gotta lay it down. I'm tired. I got obituaries. I got everything lined up, ready to go. Sure do. I just gotta go on deep. I gotta dig deep for pictures. I had them all. When I go places, I take pictures. I take pictures because I knew this was coming up. I knew it was coming up. If we got to school where me and Kim went to when we were in St. Louis, I got some stuff. So I gotta make sure I have these pictures lined up for you. I'm not gonna go no further until I get that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this roll, and then I promise you guys, God's will, today is the 13th. This week is but I'm gonna be searching for everything that I need. Sunday, I'll be back on top of everything. It's going to be something airing by Sunday. You can believe that. God bless you. I love you. Just let me because I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm a bit overwhelmed. And not only that, I got to because my body, even with the overwhelm, is kind of doing what it want to do right now. So I love you. Thank you. And I got a story to tell. God bless you. I love you all. Keep watching.